guys were doing when you were in senior camp, even boys camps would have something that was a non-sport. Most boys camps would have something that was non-sports related. Belgrade had Songfest. It was done during visiting day. And did you guys have anything that was not sports related that went to the point total for your color war?
Well, we had a play. You had to do the play. For the Cold War, I think that might be the only non-sports related. We had a song fest when you came back from your trip. Every trip had to have a song that they performed, but that was not for points.
That wasn't for points.
But one of the biggest point producers for Cold War was the play.
Wow.
And it was a very big deal. And
two separate plays?
Yeah, one for
Yes.
Maroon, one for Gray.
And then there was a judging panel?
Yes, so usually
yes.
the nurses who are the aunts. They were them, and Mrs. Fox would come. That was a big deal.
And they had a best actor, and then they gave an award for the best play.
For the best play.
So you could get like, I think it was 30 points for the play and 5 points for best actor and 5 points for best sets.
Silly question. Were these musicals or were they dramas?
No,
Or
these are typically plays.
Wow. So you had to learn your lines and you were being judged on your acting ability.
Yes, and so that was a big point producer. And you started from the first day, and that was the plays were they were the week before visiting day, I think, because visiting day was the first section show.
Correct.
And what was the
very next
did
day
you have
started the trip season.
So was there a culminating kind of event, all camp capture the flag, or was there something that ended it that was big?
So we had an obstacle race, much like the one that we did at the Corey Olympics at
Right.
Starlight.
A whacked up
Labor Day weekend.
relay or an Apache relay, as they would call it.
Everyone had to participate. Every Maroon had to do something in the Maroons race.
On the Gray.
And you would have these meetings building up to the obstacle race, and everyone would stand up. The Maroons would meet in the mess hall, and the Grays would meet in the assembly hall, and everyone would stand up one after the other and yell the whole. It was so ingrained in you. The three of us could probably do it today, right? Make a bed, cabin beat a tennis court, hit the tennis court to basketball, basketball to rifle range. And then whoever was shooting the rifle would stand up and say, okay, I shoot a possible, which was 100. and then the next thing, hey, shoot a possible.
Rifle range to horseshoes.
Go to the horseshoes, right?
Horseshoes, and then this is something that changed, to be kinder. So there was a runner who had to take the baton. So that runner didn't necessarily participate in the next event. So the horseshoe pit, the volleyball, was literally 6 feet. And so up through my first year, I think they used to pick the worst athlete or whatever, or whoever it was would do horseshoe to volleyball pit. And then I think my second year, the color captain changed it to be that it'll be like the color captain to do that, because it was sort of considered demeaning.
But it created a lot of strange occurrences, because one of the events was like a 4 or 5 second handstand.
Yes.
And typically
and
only
a cracker whistle.
Yeah, and you had to whistle "God Bless America" with crackers in your mouth. And so I think a couple years you had to use your best athlete, because that's the only person that could do like a 4 second handstand. So you had to squander your best athlete on the handstand, and then you had to
take a moment to shine.